ask me. Naturally, I chose an athlete. Competition never matched me. We ain't go together like camouflage and polka dots. Focus on your position, just know your spot. Sure, don't stop. It's a long season. They planning on winning for the wrong reasons. Trying to get my number retired. Can't let these frauds beat us. I figured out the recipe. Never let opponents get the best of me. I'm focused on my legacy.
Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good. We don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Yeah, beats, leave it in the street.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. A moment ago, through a shower of pyrotechnics, it was the hometown Broncos taking the field as they get set to do battle with Matthew Stafford and the Detroit Lions. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Blue 60! Check, 47. You must be Drew. Hey! Banjo.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. James has got it. Complete. First down Detroit. 16 yards on the pickup.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. On first down, it's Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
This is David Johnson, the former All-Pro. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
But now they're in a spot that every team tells us when we have our production means they don't want to be in, 3rd and long. And that's because those back-to-back running plays just didn't accomplish a whole lot.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down.
You can't block me.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Lock and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Deshaun Hamilton, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Down. 60 outlaw. Check. Watch 54. Tighten up. Pull it together. Go.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's locked. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that. One, and it's third down.
Noah Fant, incomplete. Darius Slay on the coverage.
Ready.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Topper! Shoot!
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. The completion to Riddick. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 43.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to them.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. They get 5 yards on the run there. Still left staring at a 3rd and about 14.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Here we go. 70, Indy.
Titans Ringo. Titans on Ringo.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Open man, here is Hamilton. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
McManus on for the field goal. A 57-yard attempt.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
From the 31, Stafford into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That's now a 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone?
And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. And holding it may be the wrong decision as he stopped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From midfield, here's Locke. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught at the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Broncos push further out in front. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent side blitz coming, and down he goes. Bradley Chubb has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now Johnson, and he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. Hard throw, incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on third down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
"21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it first and 10. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. So from the 36 now, first and 10. Throwing on first down is Locke. He finds Riddick, complete. Give him 2 yards. Yards on that play, and it's a second down.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8.
Check. Tight dog. Shoot.
They look to throw. It's Locke. Escaping the pressure right. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let them outside where they can really shred your defense.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny? When we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs. all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. On the toss, here's Johnson. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. He was brought down there by Will Parks. Tried to get the edge there. The defense just too quick to the ball.
That's what we call total team defense there. Can't get to the edge, no place to move it inside, and then allows everyone else to run to the ball and create a big-time tackle for no gain for the offense.
All right, boys, here we go. Max 56. Watch the run, watch the run. Omaha, remove.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. Now on 2nd and 13. Locke. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Hamilton, the 4th-round pick, had a very productive career at Penn State where he was teammates with Saquon Barkley. And the tandem of he and Cortland Sutton brings some solid youth to that Bronco receivers room. And now the 24-year-old Hamilton hoping to build on what was a 30-catch campaign from a season ago as a rookie. Locked to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Clock now on 1st down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
And for a 2nd straight play, the Lion defense drops him behind the line of scrimmage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down. Locke. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
At their own 15-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Back to throw, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Second down.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. They had him back deep, got the interception, and now they start inside the 10.
Partner forgets starting inside the red zone. They're inside the green zone. From the 10-yard line in, a lot of teams call it that because that's the money zone. Get it into the end zone and make your cash.
And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Chandler Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. Theo Riddick, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos push further out in front. PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
Want to.
No, but under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Von Miller doing what he does best with a sack. Coming off the line, he's been wreaking havoc all year. And look, that's why, as a result, he's getting some looks for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFL.
And I know that many people don't have him first on their list right now, but he deserves that type of consideration. You mentioned it. All year long, he's made big plays and continues to do so. Imagine if he has a big game here. If so, he could vault himself right into the #1 spot.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Push him back.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
All day, every day, any day. Mike 56. Omaha, ready to move.
On 2nd and 11 now. Stafford is going to fire one deep over the middle. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake, after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
After the turnover, here's Locke. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Hey, Charlie, you draw quarters.
52. Hey, pick your game up.
Step.
To throw again on second down. Lock. He's got this complete to Hamilton. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Locke gets this to Hamilton, and he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Begin. 49, check 61. Matchbox lights. Check. Fresno.
Shoot. Looking to throw again on second down. Lock. And he's going to have the hook up to Sutton. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that's going to lead to a third down.
52. I'm coming.
Locke looks to throw it again. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. It's been all passing all the time on this drive. 5 for 5, and now first and goal.
Feels like a case of until they stop us, we might as well keep running the offense that we like to run. Don't change up and do something different just because you think you need to.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Clock will try again on second down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Noah Fant, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Broncos push further out in front. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
The Lions take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that.
And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. David Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown, as they are now on the board here in the first half. 1 play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Lock now, closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's first and 10. He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lock again here on 2nd and 10. It's caught by Sanders. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Emmanuel Sanders, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, this from 53. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second.
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for third down. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
Mike 52, Mike 52.
Locke going to try and throw on third down. He's got his tight end fan. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. On first down, Locke. And his throw here's incomplete. He was trying to find Noah Fant, the tight end, and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10.
Watch his flat. Watch his flat. 52 is the mic right here. Over there.
To throw again. Blocked. And his throw is incomplete. Cortland Sutton was the man he was looking for. And that takes us from second to third down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third. So no problems moving the ball in the first half, but they'll likely come up empty here on drive one of quarter three.
And it was so important for the defense to get that stop because what we witnessed in the first half was them getting run over. And they needed the confidence, and they needed to get off the field so they felt good going forward in this game.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter three, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
A 6-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now it's the former Bronco. This is C.J. Anderson. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson, and it'll bring up third down.
Set. 180. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 22. 56. Hey, wahoo. 22. Kick edge. Come. Hey. Banjo.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. He finds his man Johnson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
Set. 0. Big 20. Let's go, team. Let's go.
On first and 10, Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end Hawkinson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. Johnson on the counter. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. Johnson, it's broke free. Football's out.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass. Here we go.
21.
51 to Mike. 51.
53. Ready.
Mike 50.
They snap it to Stafford. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They're going to be stopped up on this first down run. He might have gotten back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Tackle made by the third-round pick out of Louisiana, Tracy Walker.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense.
Throwing on second down. Block. Open man here is Hamilton. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game as his guys continue to pour it on. McManus's point after is good, and that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
You got nothing today.
They'll run it with Johnson. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Well, the offense failed earlier on the previous crack at this, but they're going again on 4th down.
Hey, Delta.
They are going to go for it. It's Stafford. And this is incomplete. A surprising move to go for it. Predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. Throwing on 1st down is Locke. And caught by Sanders. Touchdown Broncos. Emmanuel Sanders with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Play clock down to 0, and this is not the way to start a drive. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the deep.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The Lions on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And finally taken down at the 4-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. He covered a lot of ground, great blocking, and now they can sniff that end zone.
They certainly can, and because of that run, maybe you come back and fake it to him on this play and throw a little play action. Someone should break wide open.
And they will take a knee here. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Double tight, double tight. Odd. 5 down. Stand up in. Hit it.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
On the keeper.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. He'll dump this one off to Lindsey. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. And McManus able to put it through. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
At their own 25-yard line.
The The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. Good job by their defense, though. They held him to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what he think that factored in. I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Well, Brandon, he's had a great day, but sometimes the other guys make a play against you. What's that expression they like to use in the NFL? Those guys get paid too, you know.
Yeah, in college they say, hey, they're on scholarship too. In the NFL, they're getting paid too. With the day he's had, you can have one go in the wrong direction. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. "35 yards that time on the punt, and that will come the offense as they take over. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
Hey, watch this.
Throwing his lock on 3rd down. Got a man. He finds Sanders. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready.
And they take a knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the Lions' 46-yard line.
Ready. 18 Gator.
I know he ain't got it.
And they will take a knee here.
Loss on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
Ready.
2 running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now?
3 down. Hey.
Get it.
And they'll indeed take a knee.
Loss on the keeper.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And this will get inside the 20 and be touchdown just outside of the 15-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something.